Waking up is not a matter of, well, I'll wake up to what I feel comfortable with. But what about waking up to what we really don't feel comfortable with, and then see how attached we are and how angry we could get or frightened we can get at dealing with the other that we don't know but fear?
Yeah, that's the core of the work that I really felt compelled to bring forward with my work with Radical Dharma, because as a woman that's Black, identified, and queer, and have been deepened in these traditions, what I could see is the presence of so much power and potential for liberation, the real deep practices that allow us to really come into contact with, to confront in ways that are opening and also surprising for ourselves, but ultimately, if we stick with our practice and we're willing to do this investigation, we really have this profound opportunity to find who we really are. But in order to do that, we have to come into confrontation with, and therefore, how have we been conditioned? So there is this sort of profound who I am, but there is also the conditioning. And then where does that conditioning come from? There's conditioning in my family. There's conditioning in society. And to your point, it's not just that certain people have privilege, and that goes along, beyond race, as you said, but around gender, around class. The class is enormous and impacting us, enormously in the world, especially right now, right? People's socioeconomic class, like the virus may not know boundaries and borders, but it certainly knows how to travel along the structures of that systems that have been put in place, such that the burden of the virus is falling upon certain peoples in inequitable ways. And when I was part of these, so many meditation communities, that I both love the profound practice and people's intention and desire to have peace, but also found that there was a deep reluctance to actually navigate the social conditioning, right? To kind of imagine that one was outside of social conditioning, that I could just take up, I'm going to find myself, and I'm going to, go deeply and find myself, but not the parts that are uncomfortable for me. I'm not going to deal with what it means that I contract or get restricted or pull back, or am trying to control the room when and when a colored person is in the meditation space and they're showing up in a way that isn't according to what we think the rules are, or how that should happen. So there's a lot there, and this is sort of not just an idle thought, but these same conditions have put us in confrontation with navigating a global pandemic, and the recognition that we could simply try to turn the clock back and figure out, well, how do I go back to my life? Or as you said, we could use this time with practice, with this increased awareness of who are we really, right? Who am I? Who have I been? What is mine? And what has just been, given to me, or how have the waters been parted for me, so that I can see a way forward that allows me to be more fully who I intend to be, rooted in the love that I say that I'm about, but actually doing that with some really fierce honesty.